What's going on, everybody? It's Matt with American 4WD. Hope you're having an awesome day. Today, I'm having a get stuff done day. Hence why I look like this. But, a lot has gotten done in the past, I guess it's been a week. So, a lot's gotten done. Basically, what I did was, I told Erica, I said, handle the phones. I'm out here. I gotta get this thing more done because here in a little bit I have to take it home because I will be hiring some more techs. So I gave it everything this week and a lot got done. It doesn't look like it from the outside, but I'll show you just a second. So let's go pop the hood. And I'll show you guys what we got going on. Well, it's a two-hander when it's not bolted to the car. All right. So this is where stuff gets fun. So, ta-da! All right, hold on real quick. I gotta put the prop up. Jesus, good Lord. All right. Getting heavier every time I do it. Anyways, ta-da! So, a lot got accomplished. A lot. So, let's start off with, we have the 98 Cherokee OEM fuse block or fuse junction box, whatever you want to call it, fuse box mount. Got that in, bolted. The holes, the holes in the actual 98 Jeep Cherokee are not in this thing, so you just have to drill and tap, or just put some awesome self-tappers like I did. And they're very little, so they don't poke through very much. Anyways, we have this will be changing to an 8 rib. This is a Sandin 508 AC compressor, but this is the SD5. I have to get the SD7 to make the ribs line up. So anyways, but you get the basic idea. We have the Dirty Dingo Corvette LS mounts. So this is for the Corvette accessory drive. So it uses the Corvette alternator, Corvette power steering pump, Corvette reservoir for power steering. It comes with the idler, tensioner, and it has mounts ready for the AC. This awesomeness is the Holley EFI ultra low ram air intake and the reason for this is because one, nothing else will fit besides the stock plastic intake like an LS1, LS6, the car intake. Nothing else will fit. But I did not feel like paying $800 for a used LS6 intake with injectors that probably won't keep up with stock fuel rails. Usually they're cracked in little places and the stock throttle body and all that fun stuff. Screw all that. I'm not doing it. So the savings between that and this was like $600. I was like, yeah, it's worth it. So it's all aluminum. It's a 3-piece. So it's really cool. It uses some cool gasket technology. It also comes with fuel rails. So huge fuel rails for lots of fuel. I also got the EV1 injector. So all the injectors are brand new and they're EV1s. They are 36 pounds per hour. You probably can't read it. There you go. 36 pound per hour injector, so there'll be plenty to handle whatever this motor is going to produce. We did get the pulley for the power steering pump, but I broke it. So we're getting another one. 92 millimeter throttle body. This is also from Holley. This is Holley Sniper EFI. There you go. 92 millimeter. It's a big old throat. this guy, this nipple, 6 straight up. So we just turned that sideways, and that cleared the hood. We are still touching right there on the hood. So once this hood fully closes, we are still touching right here, and it's right there. You can probably see it. You see that little dot right there? You can see it. That's what it's touching. So the one next to it, that one was hitting this tube, and then we tilted it over, and then this little spot is hitting that little spot, that little dot. Anyways, so but we'll trim all that. Let's see what else. We have stainless steel steam vents, and we have 2 aftermarket block-off plates in the back for the steam vents. We have obviously the Novak radiator. This is the water neck that Novak gives you. Comes with your overflow, comes with your cap. This hose, and this hose are all the 22 Gates 22532s. It's for a Corvette, and you have to, cut them to make it fit. But that worked out. I just got to tighten up the clamps and stuff like that. Let's see what else. What else have we done in here? We have the 2 heater hoses. We have those installed on the heater core. Again, they're not tight, but they are installed. Those part numbers, one of them is 28479. The other one is a 28470. So in case you need those part numbers, that's what they are. Let's see what else. What else did we do? Oh, so transfer case situation. So this transfer case, hold on, let me get a better view. So this transfer case was sitting on the ground over there in multiple videos, and it already had an SY unit. But the reason we got it is because it was almost free, basically. It was very cheap, and because somebody said something bad happened in there. So we took the transfer case apart, and chunks came out of it. Chunks and bits of stuff. So we had to use, I don't need to show you, but we have 3 other transfer cases in the back, and I had to use parts off of every one of those transfer cases. And so we made one good transfer case out of 4 different transfer cases. So we got that all put back together correctly. We got the broken parts and stuff out of there, new pump, new all that fun stuff, and got that all put back together. We got the transmission mounted. So the adapter for the 4L80, so this is the 4L80, and then this is a 231J out of a Cherokee. You can get this adapter plate from Novak. It's real pretty. It's billet aluminum, and it comes with a mount. So you have a bolt, and it bolts to this mount, and then this mount, you can bolt it to whatever down here. Well, I used a a Cherokee original transmission mount. That way it would utilize my 4 holes. And then I made this mount because their mount is not wide enough for these bolt holes. So I made this out of a CJ7 front bumper. And then this is Cherokee mount, OEM, mount. It's obviously brand new, but OEM mount. And then got the transfer case on, bolted up. Speaking of which, the transfer case, this adapter is thicker than the original adapter on the AW4 whatever transmission you're using. So the studs that go on the end of the transfer case, and what you push through the mount and then you put your nut on, they are not long enough. So we had to go to the store, had to go to Ace like 900 times, and finally found some studs, grade 8 studs. Can't see it, there you go, that are longer than the OEMs, and put them in there, all 6, and then tighten them up. And that took 2 days by itself. It was nuts. Anyways, the drive shafts we got in. So this is actually for a JL we had sitting around, and then this one was for a JK rear. So we took, and they're both brand new, so I took them down to Hudlo's, one of our good friends, and they extended this one and they shortened that one. So we got those in, got those all bolted up. I will have to deal with the pinion angle, so if you can see that, it's not exactly desirable. I think because of all the weight of the engine stuff and everything else, the axle's kind of rotated back a little bit, and we need to just kind of reposition it in general because I guessed most of it. Let's see what else. We dealt with the exhaust. So I finally dealt with the exhaust. So let me get up under here. Here it is. So that's the header coming down to the exhaust. I built all this. It took me 2 days, but I had to route it. This is bad. Hold on. Sorry. So I had to route it where I didn't really want to route it, but I had to route it in front of the oil pan. So that's how I routed it, but I gave everything plenty of space. That way, if you need to do anything, it's all removable, so nothing's just welded in there or anything, but it's routed in front of the oil pan and all the way back past the starter. Let me give you a better under view. There you go. So it doesn't touch nothing, and then it goes straight back and it's all wrapped. The passenger side comes down right there. You can kind of see, let me get more stable here. So the passenger side just comes straight down off the passenger side header. They go in a collector I made myself because I couldn't really find one. Both of these guys are 2 1/4, and then the collector's 2 1/4 to 3. So we did, and let me get back around here. So 2 1/4 into the collector, and then into a MagnaFlow high flow cat. Flowmaster high flow cat, into a MagnaFlow muffler, and then a downspout, street sweeper style. So we got all that situated. So let me get out of here and show you around here. So here you go. That's what it looks like. It's simple, easy. Everything's wrapped up so it'll keep heat away, and everything's removable. And so this is a 2-piece. So a lot of times, if you were to have to drop the oil pan for whatever reason, and you welded this entire exhaust system up as one unit, then you would have to take it off right there, and just drop it. And then, but there was no room to really drop it. I mean, you can't even put your finger in there. So what I did was I made it a 2-piece. So where these two come in to that Y pipe, I cut slots into it, 3 slots so they expand, and then I used clamps to tighten them up. So that means that this piece will come out on its own. Hold on, sorry. Let me use my finger. This whole piece will come out on its own, and then the passenger side piece will come out completely on its own, and then from here all the way to there will come out on its own, all by itself, and it comes out real nice and easy, and then you got 2 bolts for the hanger. So it's a 2-piece. So that makes it really nice. Not my best work, but I think it's gonna work. I like it. It's gonna work. So so that was a 2-day event. But yeah. So next will be, there's part of the steering pump pulley that I broke earlier. So we have to get a new one of those. But next up will be I'm not real sure what's next. The entire suspension is tight, so all the bolts, all the nuts, everything like that, all the shocks, the control arms, the bolts for the leaf springs themselves, the shackles, you name it, it's all tight. So it's ready to be moved, transported, continued, whatever. It's basically ready. Oh, I know what I got to do. So next up will be AC condenser, because the original AC condenser will not fit on here. This radiator is a 4-row, and so it's really, really thick. And so the original mounts for your AC condenser are too short. They don't fit all the way to the hole. I really don't even want to put the AC condenser up here or a trans cooler up here. I would rather just put the AC condenser, the trans cooler, and any other cooler that I need. I want to put them up here somewhere. So like up here into this X bracing or something like that. And that's what I want to do, and use some fans. So I got to figure that out next. We have to figure out plumbing. We have to figure out the fans and the power going to those. So that'll be next. And then we have to do a fuel pump. So a Marlboro 255 fuel pump. And get that sorted, because it still has the stock fuel pump in it. And the stock fuel pump only does like 30 something PSI, 40 PSI. Also, for guys who are doing this, let me get a flashlight to show you, because it's a real pain in the butt. So remember, when we put the motor in it, you had to cut that tab right there off the driver's side of the transmission. Well, to get, again, these headers are from Novak, so, oh gosh, that is blinding. So in order to get this header, the passenger side header, to fit, you have to cut tabs off this side of the transmission, right here where the tip of my finger is. So there's 2 tabs that poked out to about right there, and you have to just cut them off, and that's why you see a nice, pretty clean line right there. Don't go too far, because that'll get into your starter. So bad. But you can see kind of where I cut it off right there, where it's flat, right there in front of the starter. So right at the tip of my finger. That's where I had to cut that to give myself room to put that header and those bolts in there. Anyways, so, something to look at when you're doing this. Things that nobody tells you, or research doesn't tell you. So, but yeah, I wouldn't say a whole heck of a lot, but I would say the stuff that we got done was the biggest pain in the butt stuff. So the stuff that takes days to figure out, or either takes days to figure out or do, or number 2, I'm just being OCD and I want it really, really nice, so I'm just taking my time. One of the two. So we started packing. We got most of everything out of the back so it can be transported to the house. We got most of the stuff that we're taking home in here. So a few things, odds and ends, and doodads. So I don't know exactly when this is going home, but it will be going home shortly. So here, let me show you that hood clearance. So, because I've always wanted to know this, but nobody's really doing a hood clearance video. So let me show you hood clearance. All right, so I'm gonna close it. All right, so I'm gonna grab my flashlight. Here we go. All right, so you can see the edge or the tip of the throttle body just barely touches. Why? God, this light's so blinding. But the AC compressor makes it. Idler pulley right there makes it. Again, we twisted that pipe over, so that made it. The reservoir makes it. The master doesn't look like it makes it, but it does. It comes up pretty good. I know the camera won't focus back there, but it comes up pretty good. But anyways, so if anybody's wondering how much hood clearance you got, it ain't much. It ain't much at all. So if you think that for some reason you're gonna do this weird trick that nobody's thought of, you are sadly mistaken. It ain't gonna happen. The clearance is just insane. But anywho, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for staying tuned. Any questions, comments, or any of that fun stuff, let me know. Yeah, we are... Oh, we also ordered the Terminator kit. So the Terminator is 550916, I think it is. But it's a 24 tooth reluctor or EV1 injectors, because we have EV1 injectors. It'll hook up to our dash, and pretty much you wire that thing in and it'll run. Now, getting all the little stuff like the transfer case linkage, the transmission linkage, and all the other stuff wired in, like that big old, 98 Cherokee harness, getting all that stuff wired in is going to be the bear. But it's part of the joys. But anyways, that's all next. But guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We will see you later.